when it comes to an industry point, which I think is really important, because some of us want it so bad that we'll put ourselves in situations and scenarios that we think we need to be in. Like, we have to be in this room because this person's going to be there. We need to network.
I was just in a P. Diddy freak off, so
network. Yeah, it's just like, it's like, but all that shit takes away from the actual time of doing the fucking thing. Like, no amount of networking will give to the craft that you're doing. It'll get you a job or two, and that's sweet. Like, do you want a career that's like, you know, like short-lived and very exciting for like the first 10 years, and then you waste away. You go away, and you realize that you actually have given nothing to said craft. And I think
that's
a
real.
lot of it is shifting my own personal, in the sense of what do I have to give from my own personal perspective to an audience. And like, this is going to sound frou-frou and grandiose, but what can I give to like humanity at the end of the day? Because when these fucking painters were painting on the ceiling in the Colosseum, they were doing it in an act of doing it for God, doing it for community.
Yes.
You know, their idea of what heaven looked like from a very nobody else was able to do that but an artist.
Yeah.
You know, no matter how descriptive they were writing. And we want the chariot to have a little cherry on his ass. Like, that came from just like inspiration and him living life and all these things. But coming back to it, staying away from like the bullshit of like, oh, I need a network, I need to be here, I need to be that, because it's not gonna, it'll help you on a social level, but it's not gonna help the thing that you're doing in the long run. You know,
it won't at all. And then, you know, also too is, I think that's kind of the beauty of the internet now, is the fact that you actually have to, because of the social network, you have to network in person a lot less, actually. At least I realized that with comedy. That's a big thing for me. Before, you used to have to worry about every comedy club. Like, am I going here? Does this owner know me? Does this booker know me? Does this manager know me? What's up? And now, you can just be someone who's in your house who does, like, impressions of Mark Wahlberg all day. And you blow up and they're like, hey, we want you to be in the new Adam Sandler movie. It wasn't like that before.
Yeah, that's fact.
One person could hate you 10 years ago and you just would not exist.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
I think
there's plenty of big downsides, though.
I think what's interesting about that, it's like when you're doing, because I have a substantial amount of comedian friends, like they're the most hustly people I've ever met, because
it's part of your life.
The only way that they can practice their craft is quite physically being on a stage every single time they possibly can.
It's the best and worst part of the business.
Like, versus being able to be at home, and yes, you're constructing what is a good joke and how to refine that and what the amount of time that it takes for that. Now, the person who's behind their iPhone and doing skits online, they're given the opportunity. They were spending all that time, and not to knock all those people doing skits online. Those are important. It's a great way to expose yourself and like really get yourself out there, which is so important right now, is visibility and how you can sell yourself.
Sure.
To have like a plentiful career and be able to keep the lights on, because being at home writing jokes and obviously doing it the long road, that will be more valuable, but you're going to be broke for a very long time, you know? So you have to resort for like different options, right? And so, you know, doing that thing in front of social media, doing the impressions is like, they're given that opportunity, but they haven't really crafted.
Oh, they're never, usually they're never really ready for what they receive.
Right. And then that long-term success fizzles out again.
Totally.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
quickly.
I agree.
I fully agree. When I was talking about it, I was more saying it if like you are somebody who goes out every night. This is another thing you can do to even the playing field and kind of ease some of your anxiety. About where you fit, because before you always had to think about where you fit all the time and fit into somebody else's puzzle, but now you're your own puzzle.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
But yeah, there's a lot of fucking dopes out there who do, you know, impressions of whoever the fuck, and yeah, they're like, we're gonna give you a Netflix special, and they do, and it bombs, and then they're never heard of again. You know, but that's been in show business forever. I think that's something that people pick on a lot, is these viral sensations that shoot up and go away, but that's happened. That's what a one-hit wonder is.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. We just have a new medium for it.
Yeah, now we're just in a new medium of it. Yeah,
it's just everything just has, it's all the same. It just has a different name. Like people call like the term industry plant, right?
Yeah, Ice Spice. Whoop, sorry.
True, very true. But before, that was just called getting discovered. And there was a romanticism about it.
That's good. Yeah, that's good.
There was a huge romanticism about it. Yes, there's, we've all seen the movie where the girl is playing a guitar in a coffee shop and the camera spins around and all of a sudden it's Carnegie Hall. You know what I mean? But most people that got discovered was just some fucking hot asshole. You know what I mean? Like Catherine Zeta-Jones, the guy who fucking gave her a career saw her in a bank. And was like, "You're gonna be famous."
Yeah,
and
well,
just
that
made her famous.
Yeah, I mean that happened to Harrison Ford too, though.
Yeah, and
He
Brad
was-
Pitt
it
and
happened-
Matthew
yeah.
McConaughey.
Yeah, and that's not a problem. I mean, sometimes industry plants are good at things. Drake is an industry plant.
Yeah.
He totally was. He took over the fucking game in 2009, and look at where he is now. So there's those people that are possible. But
Yeah.
all I was saying is these things. I mean, they happen. You're either when you're put up there, you're either good or you're not,
Yeah.
Or you fucking figure it out.
or you fucking figure it out.
Yeah.
And you have an amazing story on a podcast 10 years later when you regain your relevance.
Yeah. Very
Yeah,
true,
and they're
very
like, we
true.
need to revisit that. But yeah, I
Yeah.
think that all goes back to like kind of what we were saying earlier about with music and cultivating that thing for yourself and attracting all that energy for yourself.
Goddamn